Today we're going to create a little book about a guide for figurative language, and this can help you when you're reading to understand that the meaning in the text might not necessarily be literal, so this guide can help you understand that better. So for the first part of the video, I'm just going to show you how to make the book, and then we'll go over each type of figurative language. Okay, so first you're going to fold it hot dog style, just like that. And then in the center, see how just the two are dotted lines and then it gets to a solid line? So you're gonna cut just along the dotted line. So you're gonna fold it in half. And then, oops. Once you get a little bit cut, you can open it up and go in there and cut along the dotted line. Then you're going to want to take your paper and fold it along each of those dotted lines, and then open the part that you cut and then just push it together so that it looks like this, and then you will just flatten out your edges, and then you've made your book. Okay, so let's go over the different types of figurative language. You can use my definition or you can find your own, but I would like you to come up with your own examples of the types of figurative language. So the first one we have is a simile. A simile is comparing using the words like or as. So my example is my mom and I are like two peas in a pod. And then there's a space for you to draw your example. So here I could have drawn two peas in a pod. The next one is a metaphor. A metaphor is a comparison that doesn't use like or as. So for my example, I said, "You're toast." And right here, I could have drawn a picture of some toast maybe. Next, we have an idiom, which is a phrase or expression that can't be taken literally. So an example would be, "It's raining cats and dogs." It's an expression people use, but it's not literally happening. And then here, I could have drawn a picture of some cats and dogs raining from the sky. Okay, personification is when you give non-human things human characteristics. So it says the popcorn was jumping out of the bowl. So here I could have drawn some popcorn jumping out of the bowl. Now, the popcorn wasn't really jumping out of the bowl, which is giving it that human characteristic that it can't really do. Okay, and then we have a hyperbole, which is an extreme exaggeration. So my example is, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse." That's an exaggeration because you could never really eat an entire horse. And here I could have drawn a horse. Then we have onomatopoeia, which is a word that imitates the sound that it stands for. So for my examples, I said splash, bang. Here for the example, you could just draw the word and color it nice, since you can't really draw that, or I guess you could draw a splash of water. And then for our last one, we have alliteration. Alliteration means the same beginning consonant sound is in a line. So my example is, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So each word starts with that P sound. And then down here, I could draw some pickles, or Peter Piper picking pickled pepper. Wow, let's try that again. I could draw Peter Piper picking pickled peppers. So there you go. So you can create a nice little guide. So if you need to write with figurative language, or you're trying to figure out what type of figurative language is in a book, you can use this little guide. Thanks for watching.